Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Help for the Guiltless. My name, of course, is Antoine, and I'm going to be doing something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to be responding to a video. Not just any video, I'm going to be responding to the Potato King. Because the Potato King decided he was going to call out Philip DeFranco for wrongthink, which is amazing to me because Philip DeFranco is very adamant about his own opinions. He states them and he stands by them, kind of like what I do. But of course, that doesn't really work in Kevin's brain because you're supposed to be malleable to the SJW flock. If they say something, you have to change your opinions at the moment's notice to fit in. I'm not going to gild the lily any more than I have to. Let's just let the Potato King speak for himself.
Hello there, YouTubes. How the devil are we all? I'm very well. Thank you for asking.
I don't remember asking, but it's nice for you to assume that I care how you're doing.
Now, this video is going to be directed to Philip DeFranco, and so I'm going to address it to him directly, even though I assume he's probably never going to see this. Hello there, Philip. You've never heard of me. That's absolutely fine.
It's amazing that you would assume he would actually pay attention to a channel like yours.
And frankly, I would never have made a response to you in any way until recent shenanigans. Now, Phil, you released a video which basically I think I would describe as white man whinging.
Kevin, that could be the name of your channel in its entirety. All you do is whinge and complain, and you think a couple of Twitter shenanigans is enough to address someone like Philip DeFranco. You're delusional.
I think the thing you were trying to get across was that we shouldn't judge people by race, which is perfectly fine.
And yet you're about to tell us why he's wrong in the way that he approached the fact that he does not believe anyone should be judged on their race. He doesn't believe anyone should be racist. He doesn't believe that race merits elevation or degradation. I don't see anything wrong with that, but I guess I don't have the mental capacity to understand the way that you do, Kevin. So please, in your stuttered way, tell us exactly why Philip DeFranco is wrong in thinking race should never play a part in anything.
But what it did was, whether intentionally or not, was to play into a certain kind of politically right-wing, kind of alt-lightish mentality, which has been rather popular on YouTube for a while.
He wasn't playing into anything. He was making a statement that race should never be an issue. And you don't like it because the majority of people on YouTube seem to agree. Is that about right?
But I would caution you against going down that line because you're already popular enough, so you really don't need to. And secondly, your brand is safe enough that YouTube will carry on with it even when they eventually come round to essentially purging those people from their site.
It couldn't be that was actually his opinion on something, that's how he feels. He's doing it to get more popularity. Look, Kevin, not everyone does what you do. Not everyone corrupts their ideals to get subscribers. Yes, he's already popular. Let me let you in on a secret, Kevin. The reason why he's popular is because he stands behind what he says. It has nothing to do with him trying to pander to the right or pander to the left. He states his opinion, whether it's in the center, center left, center right, far right, it doesn't matter. It's his opinion, and he states it as such.
Which they will inevitably have to do, however popular those kind of people are.
We touch on something there, Kevin. The reason you don't like certain channels is because they're popular. More popular than you. More popular than you will ever be. YouTube doesn't have to get rid of them. And if they do, that's a detriment to them, not a bonus.
And my channel is replete with examples of the kind of people I'm talking about.
No, Kevin, your channel is filled to the brim with people you disagree with. That is not proof positive of anything that even remotely resembles quote-unquote hate speech. You just disagree with them ideologically. It has nothing to do with any standards that YouTube has set forth. You are not the moral arbiter of what is right and wrong on this platform. If you were, creationists would be running the joint.
When YouTube inevitably gets rid of those people, because it will have to. Financially, they'll have to, because we've already seen with the adpocalypse thing that advertisers don't want their products being placed next to hateful shit.
The adpocalypse did not just hit a certain demographic of people. Yes, it hit Razorfist. Yes, it hit Mundane Matt. Yes, it hit Dave Cullen. It hit Blair White. It hit Shoe on Head. But you see, I'm part of a bunch of YouTube groups on Facebook. Small channels that have benign content like makeup tutorials or travel blogs or gaming content. I've even seen a channel that had Pokemon Go on it. Those channels got demonetized as well. The adpocalypse was not some victory for you. You seem to think it was, that all of these channels are demonetized. Guess what? I'm up for monetization on my channel. I don't monetize my videos. I've checked. There are a bunch of my videos that are still monetizable. And there's a bunch that aren't. It's an algorithm that is learning. And YouTube came out with a statement saying that 30% more videos are going to be remonetized and unaffected by the new learning algorithm. The adpocalypse is almost over. YouTube is not going to be getting rid of them, regardless of what you think.
Now, I'm not saying your video is hateful shit, but you seem to be sort of hinting at going in that direction towards those sorts of people. And I think that's really bad, because you don't need to. And for the long-term sustainability of your brand on YouTube, it's not really a great thing to be doing.
If I could facepalm in audio form, it would be that entire clip. Kevin Logan has the total of 6,000 subscribers. He is dictating to a extremely popular YouTuber who has 5.7 million subscribers on how to run his channel. He is warning him that if he panders too much to a certain demographic that Kevin happens to be opposed to, that YouTube is going to not only demonetize his stuff, but is going to attempt to shut him down. As far as I know, Philip DeFranco's channel has never been taken down. Unlike yours, Kevin, which has been taken down twice. You see, Philip DeFranco doesn't have a backup channel. Philip DeFranco has The DeFranco Show and then his vlog channel. You not only have one backup channel, just in case your main one goes down again, but you have a second backup channel, just in case the first backup channel goes down. You need to get your priorities in order, because the only thing you're doing is pissing into the wind.
Because they're not going to be around for that much longer, I don't think, because for as much as they make YouTube a bit of money right now, in the long term it's not in YouTube's interest to have these people around, so they're not going to be around.
Says you, Kevin. You see, the optics of the situation is this. Our type of thinking is extremely popular, extremely entertaining, and actually gets people's attention. Your type of thinking isolates people, makes them feel like shit, and causes them to constantly self-doubt and feel bad about their entire existence. Who do you honestly think is going to stick around more? I can give you this example right now. There's an up-and-coming channel. His name is Declan Black. I've mentioned him before. When I first started following him, he started out at 300 subscribers. Now he has over 6,000. I think he's at 6,500. He's already eclipsed Chrisiosity, and he's on his way of eclipsing you, because his content is entertaining. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber. Guess what? So am I. Eventually you're going to have to understand that YouTube knows we have a platform, and they will continue to give us that platform.
And also, one thing I do have to pull you up on, and this is why you really give the impression of going toward those sorts of people, would be you threw some shade at a smaller YouTuber, well, bigger than me, but smaller than yourself, Marina Shut Up, and you did it in a really dog whistly way.
This is that inevitable thing that they always talk about, punching down. He disagreed with something Marina Shut Up said. He could have done a lot worse than throw shade. He has 5.7 million subscribers. There are not many channels on YouTube that are bigger than him. So he's inevitably going to find someone smaller than him that he disagrees with. Calling her out is not dog whistling, not dog piling, not causing his millions of subscribers to go sea lion her, whatever your new fucking buzzword term is going to be. He is pointing out that he believes she is wrong. Now, you have a problem with that because he has so many subscribers. On top of that, he is mansplaining to a woman about a topic that you believe is wrong-think. That's the only reason you have a problem with this. And believe me, people who watch this video and people who watch any other responses to this video are going to see that you are doing nothing but white knighting for Marina Shut Up, just perhaps so she could throw a bone your way and give you some subscriber attention. Philip DeFranco wasn't doing it for subscribers. He wasn't doing it to pander. He was doing it because he was staunchly against something she said. No other ulterior motive besides that.
When you said, no, Marina put out a tweet, which I mean, I can understand you not liking necessarily. She basically made the same criticism of your video that I did by saying it was essentially white man whinging, and you said you put at the top, this is how I think the title was the social media coordinator of Everyday Feminism reacted.
So, in a very long, drawn-out way, what you're saying, Philip DeFranco responded to Marina Shut Up because she responded to a tweet he put out. So, what you're saying is that they were having a conversation. That's kind of how it happens. You know, one person says something, the other person says something, and then that person responds. That's a conversation. You have a problem with Philip DeFranco having a conversation of disagreement with Marina Shut Up. Kevin, are you feeling okay? Do you not know that's how conversations work?
Now, you didn't need to mention that she was the coordinator of Everyday Feminism. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't or anything, but you don't have to do that. And the fact that you decided to lead off with that shows to me that you're dog whistling towards those sorts of people.
One, he's mentioning it because if he didn't, people like you would point out that he's not giving her the respect that she deserves for her title. And two, he is pointing out that someone in a position of power in a dwindling popularity website has the idea and the mindset that they do. He is giving evidence of his example. Something you people don't ever do. Why is this so hard to understand?
And like I say, that's a sort of shitty thing to do, to send your army of people against this smaller YouTuber.
He is not sending an army of his people. He's not sending his fan base against a smaller YouTuber. He's not attacking Marina Shut Up. He's not attacking the person from Everyday Feminism. In that logical stupidity, what you are basically saying is anybody who has a modicum of popularity cannot then talk to or about anyone that isn't as popular as them. Basically, you're creating a hierarchy. You're segregating people. You're separating them by status. You and Christy Winters and Christiosity and fucking Steve Shives cannot get it into your head that the people who are popular on YouTube do not control the people who watch them. They don't control their actions. They don't control their words. They don't control their YouTube subscription feeds. They don't control their watch time. You seem to think that because Philip DeFranco has as many subscribers as he does, that he controls an army. If that's the case, then I can then claim Christiosity sent a couple of her followers to my video about her. But you see, I can't say that, because if I point that out, oh no, my subscribers will never do that because I say not to do it. Well, that's the same thing that Bering says. That's the same thing that anyone says. But it's okay for you to do it, and your fans to do it. That's not how this works, Kevin. Not at all.
Which is a very, very anti-feminist thing to do. But also it hints that you're going towards those anti-feminist people. Now, like I say, I think that's shitty in general, because these people are shitty, and it doesn't suit the long-term interests of you as a media person. So, stop.
What makes him an anti-feminist? What makes him disagreeing with a woman in a position of power saying something shitty, an anti-feminist? Just because he has a conversation with Marina Shut Up where he doesn't agree with what she has to say doesn't make him an anti-feminist. Disagreeing with the person who works in a position of power at Everyday Feminism doesn't make him an anti-feminist. This is where we get the problem with you calling everyone who you disagree with a Nazi. You are not the moral arbiter of what is right and wrong. And because you're not, you cannot then go label everyone who you disagree with in generalizing terms, which is kind of what Philip DeFranco was pointing out. You're a schmuck, Kevin. An absolute goddamn schmuck. You are not the hero of these stories. You are not the shining white knight. As a matter of fact, you are the fool. You're the one that gets sent in to entertain the king, and if he says the wrong thing, he gets his head chopped off. And in your case, your king is feminism. And if you don't dance like the monkey that you are, they will chop out your knees. You need to think about that for a second.
But anyway, thank you, Philip, if you watched this and you watched to the end, thank you very much.
Oh, trust me, Kevin, he didn't. He has much more on his plate and on his mind than what a channel with 6,000 subscribers has to say in the aspect of how he runs his business. You see, he has a business, DeFranco Elite. He's doing the same thing Steven Crowder is doing. He's not relying on YouTube and their version of ad revenue, or at least he's trying not to. And you're talking about the adpocalypse? You understand that Philip DeFranco, who is one of the most centrist people on YouTube, got demonetized. Not all of his videos, but some of his videos got demonetized. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is balls. This is someone who has no idea that they are taking their foot and shoving it in their mouth wholesale. He thinks he can dictate to someone like Philip DeFranco, who actually has honest opinions, well-researched arguments, and stands by what he says. He thinks he can dictate to him what he should and shouldn't do. Now, here's the interesting thing. Kevin wasn't upset about what DeFranco said. He was upset about who he said it to. DeFranco talked down to a woman, and it wasn't even talking down. It was having a conversation, as Kevin plainly put it, because he doesn't understand how conversations work, apparently. So Philip DeFranco disagreed with Marina Shut Up, and that was enough to get Kevin's ire up. He pointed out that a woman from Everyday Feminism who holds a position of power had a shitty idea. It wasn't that Philip DeFranco said something. It's who he said it to. You see, Philip DeFranco is not allowed to have thoughts of his own. He has to toe the feminist line, or else he's a problem. You want women to be considered equal to men, then they're going to have to deal with the fact that there are going to be some men who don't agree with them. Now, I don't think Marina shut up, went and cried in a corner because Philip DeFranco disagreed with her. And for you to insinuate that Philip DeFranco directed his fans to go after her is a shitty thing to do. The lowest of the low. And that's where I'm going to leave it, folks. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to leave a link to Kevin's video down below. You can go watch it in full. If you like what I do here, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit that bell icon so you will be notified when I upload. So thank you very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Help for the Guildless. My name, once again, is Antoine. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening.